Now that we know about feeding America, let's look at world hunger. World hunger has been around since the beginning of time. Through famines and shortages of food, every single country and society has fallen victim to world hunger at least once. It wasn't until 1990 when people realized how big of a deal this was. According to worldhunger.org, since 1990, world hunger was cut in half, right down the middle. Here's a demonstration of what I'm trying to say. If you can look right there at the graph, that when it is very high, that is 1986, and when it decreases all the way, that is 2017. So you can see in the last 30 years how world hunger was cut in half. We are far from having the problem being solved, though. There is still a lot to be done. Still looking at worldhunger.org, 767 million people live with just $1.90 to their name. Now let's put that in perspective of me, a 19-year-old college student. Let's see how much money I have in my wallet right now. If I open up, you can see that I have $20 in my wallet right now. That's not a lot of money, but that is 10 times the amount of money that these people have. The people that live with $1.90 to their name are usually from 3 regions throughout the world. One of them being the Middle East and South Asia, with countries like India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Another region is Latin America, and Latin America is actually on the uprise, but they are still struggling significantly. The main region in Latin America that struggles the most is South America. The region that struggles the most throughout the world, though, is the Sahara region in Africa. And here's a little map, what I'm saying, the map of Africa, that shaded part right there is the Sahara region. The Sahara region is nearly half of Africa, so you can understand why this is such a big deal. There are solutions that help the world cut hunger in half. I found these effective solutions from freedomfromhunger.org. Let's talk about them. One thing that people don't realize that they can do at any time is invest in smallholder farmers. When people started to invest in smallholder farmers, they were actually able to help support farmers give back to the community, and that was really beneficial. This is similar to businesses and small vendors throughout your community that you give back to and that you go and give your business to. You can see how they relate. Another thing that helped fix world hunger was fixing the gender gap. The gender gap has always been an issue since the history of man. It's an issue that is slowly but surely being solved. When women are stuck inside doing housework, they aren't able to help on the outside. But when both genders are on the outside helping with world hunger, you can see how it's beneficial. There are services for the poor throughout the communities. This is through organizations and also government aid. Government aid consists of food stamps and things along that line. Organizations are people that donate their time and effort towards making the world a better place. They go on mission trips, they donate to orphans, they do things along that line. They give back, they make sure hunger ends. These are solutions that still help today, but there are still conflicts that causes the world hunger. These conflicts consist of disease, war, and famine. Disease, we can see how disease affects our world today because of the COVID-19 virus. If you look and actually go to a grocery store, you can realize how hard it is to get groceries. And we're not even in that bad of an area compared to France and Italy or places in Europe. Another thing is war. War has been a problem mainly in the Middle East lately. And how are you supposed to go and get groceries if you're home with a war zone? So you can understand why this is a problem. Another thing is famine. Farmers always have droughts, and that's okay, but whenever no one supports them during the drought, how are they supposed to live? So you can see how conflicts come in all shapes and forms. The biggest reason hunger is a problem is because of poverty, though. You always see homeless people throughout the streets, and it's a big deal because they have nowhere to go and they have nothing to eat. You can also look on your TV and realize that there are commercials that express how much 15 cents a day can get people. This is a huge deal. If homeless people and other people in third world countries are asking for 15 cents a day, how are we supposed to keep on going? It's really difficult for a society and the whole world in general to actually act on this. So you can understand why this is such a big problem through disease, war, famines, and the poverty throughout the world. Now that Brooklyn talked about Feeding America and I discussed world hunger, Grace will explain why Feeding America is so beneficial towards the United States and how it can help us for generations to come. Thank you.